Good morning and welcome to the studio, to our program Cook or Not to Cook. I'm Alex and this is Luca from London. He's famous chef from London. Look.
Not sure I'm that famous.
Yes, very. Look, this morning I was late and I didn't have a time to cook, and I just managed to grab coffee in the petrol station. What could you suggest to the person like me who's completely useless in the kitchen?
Trust me, I was in that situation a few years back. I'm now a father of 3 and I had to learn a few tricks. So the thing in the morning is time, right? You don't have much of it. So I made sure I made some sort of scrambled eggs. I like to call it my get out of jail free card scrambled eggs. And this allows me to do something with just 2 ingredients really quick.
Wow, fantastic. So I understood in London you have proper breakfast, right?
Well, yes, but that's not, we're not gonna have time to cook that today.
Could you cook for us?
Absolutely, I'm glad to show you what I'm gonna do. It's the scrambled eggs. So first of all, you need eggs, right? These are locally sourced, free-ranged eggs, and we've got 5 of them here, but it doesn't matter how many eggs you've got. And butter. Simple butter, and that's it. That's the only 2 ingredients we're gonna use.
Okay.
So, the other things you need is your equipment, right? So, a non-stick pan, nice and simple. This one's from IKEA. Any will do. You can literally get any. So long as it's non-stick, it's not too important if it isn't, but it is the most important. And your secret weapon is the spatula. And it has to be not a wooden spoon, a spatula, because you want to get in. And I'll show you later why that's so important. First things first, you need to take your eggs. Now, a little trick with cracking eggs.
Is it important to have a pan at home?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
If you want to cook, you need something to cook in.
The first one, I have to get this pan. All right, good. I know this.
You do indeed.
Good.
So the other thing about cracking eggs is that they make a mess, right? Have you cracked an egg and made some mess?
Never tried, never.
Take a bowl, an empty bowl, literally a bowl that has nothing in it. It's just a bowl. This is where you're gonna put your empty shells of your eggs. Now, before you turn any fire on, anything like that, get your pan and get an egg. Well, don't let it fall off, but you wanna be cracking your eggs. Now, don't worry about making a mess. You can always clean it afterwards, and if you put any shells inside, don't worry, you've got clean hands, so you can get it out again. So don't be too scared of just cracking the eggs and putting it on. It's not important, just get it done. So we're gonna do this with every single egg. So put it in your hand, crack it into the side, and just spread your hands aside like that. Easy. So that's all done. Don't worry about your hands getting sticky. It's gonna happen with eggs. Just make sure you've got a firm grip because they can fly away.
I love what you do. I would help you, but my hands are not clean enough. Well,
again, this is all before you put anything in. Don't add salt, don't add pepper, don't add anything in. You're just gonna have your eggs. So you've got 5 eggs in the pan, ready to go. And no fire still. You've got your trusty towel to wipe off any juice you may have got on.
Look, it looks like Olympic Games. No, it's very on time. So I'll be fit as an Olympic sportsman.
Exactly, that's what this is. Now, to get butter, you need quite a bit of butter. So I'm gonna grab the butter here, and I'm gonna chop it up into a few pieces. This helps it melt if you've managed to keep it in the fridge too long and it's a bit hard. You're just gonna put some butter in. This is gonna bulk it up. This is replacing the milk. If you've made scrambled eggs before, you'll know that you need a lot of milk. Well, you don't need any milk with this. We're gonna use butter instead. It adds just a little bit more to the texture. So now's the first time we're gonna add any fire. So first of all, turn on your fire, but keep this low. You do not want intense heat. And this is the first time that we're going to actually start mixing here. You don't want to add anything to the eggs because if you add some salt and pepper to the eggs at this stage, you're going to actually ruin the texture of the eggs. Believe it or not, most people don't know that.
I hope our viewers following all this. Because for me, it's too difficult to follow. But
put eggs in the pan?
I understood. 5 eggs, it's important to have 5.
Yeah.
And some butter. It's important that you have 2 pieces of butter or 1. Is enough one piece?
You can, you know what, experiment. Experiment with what you have at home. If you have a lot of butter, you like a lot of butter, put a lot of butter in. If you don't, don't. It's a few eggs and butter. That's the most important thing. Now, normally I have a much deeper pan. I actually have a much deeper pan so I can, put more effort into the mixing here. So if you have a deeper pan, you can absolutely put it in with a little more gusto, a bit more effort, and, there we are. So.
Well, looks nice, but I think it's much quicker to get coffee in the morning. Just have
Does
a
it
coffee.
fill you up? Does coffee fill you up?
Well, not. Sorry.
Well, you first of all got to get this to a nice blend. Once this is at a nice blend, you'll be able to start doing other things. Remember, you've got kids running around, or not for you, but I definitely would be. So it's easy to get distracted, but just keep stirring here. Do you want to have a go? Just give it a nice stir.
Yes, really, I want.
Try not to spill it. Keep it on the heat. Keep it on the heat.
I want to show this.
You might
this
want to put
mess
it down.
in your pan for our TV viewers. Look, it's a yellow substance. There are 5 eggs there, and I think some butter. Did I miss anything?
That's it. Just
No.
the 2 ingredients.
So you didn't put salt there?
Nothing. You don't want to put any salt yet.
No,
None at all.
I won't, because
No.
it's my scrambled egg.
No, I will tell you when to put it in. It's
All
not right
right,
now.
all right. I'm
You can
serious.
season, but
Okay.
not right now. So let's
All
get it
right.
back on the heat because you do need to get this up to a certain level of texture first. So when you've got it so it's starting to mix, you can't see the eggs anymore, and it's become one substance. Then we're going to start doing the most important trick with this technique. Because normally you can just put it on and forget about it, right? That's scrambled eggs. For
I
anyone who's
usually do. I
familiar
forget
with
it,
that.
and then in the morning, then in the morning I go to the shower, and then I remember it when it smells.
Yeah, that's it. So the great power of this secret weapon is that you can go down and dig in really deep and scrape off all the egg off the bottom. You can't do that with a wooden spoon. And this is why I recommend having the spatula. And this is the secret technique. We're going to take it off the heat. Now, the reason we do this is that we allow the texture to cook itself for a bit. You don't want to rush eggs. You want them to go and cook themselves. But by doing this, it's still only going to take you 5 minutes, and you've got time. So while that's happening, while that's resting for just 20 seconds, you can do something else. You can deal with the kids, the ones screaming, or prepare something else. Add some vegetables or something like that. But don't add anything to this mixture, not yet.
So what about those salads? Do we want to use them together with it?
Yes, at the end, once you've finished cooking the eggs, absolutely. Salad goes with eggs. Everything goes with eggs, let's be honest.
You know, look, the scrambled eggs, my scrambled eggs, look nice, but the most difficult part of all cooking is cleaning. After this.
Absolutely.
I hate this. What do you do with this?
Well, that's the point of using just 2 utensils. We have just got a bowl for the eggs to prevent it being too sticky around the outside of the kitchen. So if you, of course, have shells here, there, everywhere, the egg juice is going to get everywhere and it's really tough to clean. We have 1 pan and 1 spatula. That is it. You have no other cooking. Again, we were on for 30 seconds and we're going to be off for 10 seconds.
Good, great.
Let it cook itself.
Great.
You can see this actually forming now. If you have a quick look, we have it forming. So we're almost ready now. So can you get 2 plates for me and set it up, and we're going to actually prepare the meals.
I really like your expression. They cook them by themselves. I
do.
like that expression. They cook by themselves. I think very good, very good.
So, yeah, could you just put them there, please? on
Right,
the-
of course, of
Actually, I'll take them. Thank you. Thank you very much. So one thing you can do, once you've got to this stage, and you can see the texture now is mostly amber and a little bit of white. This is basically what you want. You want to keep that color of eggs. You don't want it to turn gray. And that's why we don't add the salt and pepper early, because it will make it turn gray. So there we are with everything. And also, kids are pretty fussy. They don't like pepper. Every time I try and add pepper to it, they're like, oh, it's too spicy. But it's just a tiny bit of pepper. So I try and keep it as
Smells
plain
nice.
as possible.
Smells
Okay,
nice.
now we're on the last stage. We have 20 seconds. Ready? It's off the heat for 20 seconds. Great thing we're going to do is go over and grab some vegetables. And we're going to prepare the vegetables for the meal. So just quickly go up and cut off some vegetables like this. If your vegetables are
Be
getting...
careful with your fingers, please.
I am.
Yeah.
Thank you for the warning. But if your vegetables are not cutting very well, for example, like this, and they're stuck together, that's probably because your knife isn't so sharp. But
Yes, so
that's a
take
lesson.
the proper knife.
That's
Yes, take this one.
no, it's okay.
No,
This
oh,
will
it's
do.
okay.
But if you have that, just make sure that you know you might need another knife. So one last go on the heat, and I think we're ready.
Really?
Yes, really.
So, and I
that
can
quick?
try it.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Normally you would try it as you go, but you
My
don't want to
stomach
right
will
now.
be happy. I mean, and my eyes already happy, and I'm happy, but the last stomach will be definitely happy. And also, we could try the salads. Yes,
Have
you
a
just
look.
keep away from the salads. I also want this red one.
Okay, well, have a look at the bottom of this, right? There is nothing. There's no stuck egg at the bottom, and that means far less cleaning for you. And it's done. So leave it
You
off.
are the highest level
It's
professional. I
going
can
to
see.
cook. While it's cooking the last 20 seconds, you can make a little presentation. I'm going to make a little sun over there, and I'll take a quick tomato. While it's cooking itself,
Fingers,
you've got
fingers, be
some time.
careful.
You can cut the tomato in half.
Wow.
You can cut it in half again,
Wow.
and in half again. And this time you've got to be careful with your fingers, as you said, because it can get a little slippery. Now, my daughter gets a little bit of a rash when she eats the little juice, so I always actually cut out the inside of a tomato because, oh, I just like her skin not to be so rashy, but she loves the taste of tomato. So I'm going to do that, and that's going to be the smiley face at the bottom of the dish. So there, we're ready. We're going to take this and turn off the heat. Don't forget to turn off the heat. Good discipline in the kitchen. And we're going to serve up some lovely scrambled eggs onto the plate. Wow. Now, I'm not going to put too much on because I'm sure there's other people in the room who would like to have a little. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit.
I'm sure.
Tiny bit for presentation reasons.
Now, and all the people, and the cameraman, and floor manager, I'm sure, look at them. They also want to try this. Lutz, also. Just, we'll keep some for them. And could I already try it?
Absolutely, please be my guest.
Very good, very good. Well, I invited you. You are my guest, but after trying this, I'll be your guest. Good. It's. I think it's the right.
I'll keep preparing more dishes in the meantime.
Very good. You know what you know what I feel and what is my wish now, right now.
Go ahead, tell me.
Just to, as quicker as possible to finish this program and have this scrambled egg.
Well,
but we have a minute to go. Look, I think you forgot. Yes, I think you forgot to put some salt because this doesn't have
You're
enough
right.
salt.
I didn't put any salt because, as I said, the children should pass the salt. This is the perfect time to add it.
We're a proper team with you.
Proper team.
Yes, I could taste
No,
it.
please add yourself. It should be customized
Which
for yourself.